What story, guys? Is Heritage here. I just wanted to chime in on the debate that's gone on over Masters of the Universe. There's been questions about whether it's actually woke or not, and some people are stridently saying it's not, and others are saying it's got white elements of it, though. But it is actually woke, and I just want to give you my interpretation of it. Because a lot of the guys commentated are American, and I think that coming from an American cultural background, I don't really realise what some of the aspects of the shows are. Or at the very least, they're kind of overlooking it. What makes the show woke is what they've done to Teela. Because Teela in the Master of the Universe canon, she's a very privileged person from, an SJW point of view. She's in a very powerful position. She's captain of the guards. In this series, she's elevated to man-at-arms, which essentially means she's commander of the armies of Eternia. So this isn't a weak woman who we're starting off with. This is somebody who, in the existing power structure, has gone pretty much as high as she's gone. And that's what makes this woke, because that wasn't good enough for the SJWs. They had to take this woman who was pretty much in charge of the armies of the planet and remove her and basically mutilate her into the shape they want to, which is basically a bloke with a black girlfriend who's going around the world grifting as a mercenary. And it's that action that's made this woke, because what woke actually means is it means social justice. It means inclusion and diversity and all that. And the power structure of Eternia is an aristocracy, which is the exact opposite of that. It is literally a patriarchy. If you look at somebody like Prince Adam, Adam is courageous, he's heroic, and he's noble. But he could be the exact opposite. He's still going to be the king of Eternia because he's Vandor's kid. We're not talking a meritocracy here. He gets to be king because of who and where he's born. Likewise with Teela, even though she's one of the most powerful people on the planet, she'll never be king. She will never actually probably ascend higher than the rank she's at the moment, because that's pretty much as high as the political structure she's involved in will allow her to go to. Now, I'm not sure whether the lads who are writing this actually comprehend all this stuff, but that's what they've done when they removed her. Because if you actually look what happened in the episode, the reason why Teela went rogue was because of the secret that was kept from her. But the king wasn't involved in that secret, and the king is the one that she's loyal to. I mean, in terms of storytelling, that should have been something they could have bonded over if they talked about how they felt about Adam. But instead, we just get this completely out of left field action where she rejects the court, she rejects her family and friends, and essentially goes rogue, which, by the way, is treason. If you were actually talking about a real world situation, and I know we're talking about animation, but you've got to be internally consistent with the world that you've built. If you're talking about somebody who was the commander of the armies of the king, who went off on her own and told him to stuff it, she would either end up in the tower or she'd be executed for being a traitor. This is something that would not happen. Not in terms of the consistency of the character that we've known over the years. And that's the reason why this show is woke. It's not because Teela is a powerful woman and they're focusing on her. It's because Teela has been absolutely destroyed in order to make her into the character the SJWs feel comfortable writing. That said, I do find the drinker's comment about her muscles being larger than Dolph Lundgren's. I thought that was hilarious. I mean, let's be brutally honest. Those design decisions and how she looks, that is definitely an SJW trope. So this is just something I just wanted to point out, because I've seen a lot of discussion on this and they keep missing that point, that if you look at the power structure of Eternia, like I said, it's an aristocracy. It's not a meritocracy. It's not going to have social justice in it any way whatsoever. Everybody is in a regulated caste system to get into their positions. It's a clearly defined hierarchical system. So for those out there who are wondering, why is this woke, and point out to me where this is woke. This is why it's woke. They basically subverted everything they have in terms of how the political structure of the place is in order to tell their story. I mean, it's no coincidence that in the 5 episodes that we've got out so far, we never see the king again. Considering his cunt son got killed, you think somebody might want to have one scene with him talking with his wife about it. But no, that didn't happen. In fact, this show is about getting as far away from that conversation as possible. On the show itself, I've seen the whole lot of it. My person is, I liked the first episode. I enjoyed the last 2 episodes, but it's not He-Man, let's be honest with you. And the reason why I managed to enjoy it as much as I did was, 1, the animation's fantastic. Absolutely gorgeous, can't knock that. And number 2, I knew going in from the controversy that I was basically getting the Teela show. And that's what this is. I mean, I find it ironic that the most entertaining aspect of this whole affair has been watching Kevin Smith flail around the place, trying to desperately save what reputation he has, if he's completely shredded himself. I mean, I've honestly been agog at how he's performed over all this. I've never seen anyone lie outright like that. I mean, usually people are, they'll equivocate, they'll be cagey or obfuscate, but he just outright said, no, that's not going to happen. And it did. And it's just been hilarious watching him having a breakdown trying to get his way out of this. So there you go, guys. Just a brief video on this. Like I said, it's an angle I've not seen really being discussed, but I mean, it does have to be pointed out that Eternia is an aristocracy. It's the exact opposite of what most of the Western world is. And the woke aspects of this show tend to be attacking that. Slyly, subtly, I'll say that for them, but it is exactly what they've been doing. And they had to ruin Teela's character in order to do it. Like I said, I can't emphasize how much of a big deal it would be for her to just bail on the king. If you want an example, think of Jaime in the last series of Game of Thrones when he goes north, leaving Cersei behind. You know, like, he was basically sentenced to death for that. And it's the same deal here with Teela. So like I said, there you go. Just a short vid on this. If you like and subscribe, and let us know what you think about it. Take care, guys.